Hey everybody. Uh, I thought I would do another LLM session and this time say that we were good with what we did with Gemma 3 and then skip over Qwen 2.5 because Qwen 3 came out recently. So I wanted to just try out the Qwen 3 one. Let's go see what we can find about it. The Qwen32B from Hugging Face. Let's see what they have to say about it here. Qwen is the latest generation of large language models in Qwen series, offering a comprehensive suite of dense and mixture of expert models. Built upon extensive training, Qwen3 delivers groundbreaking advancements in reasoning, instruction following, agent capabilities, and multilingual support with the following key features. Seamless switching between thinking mode and non-thinking mode, significantly significant enhancement in reasoning capabilities. I feel like that might be a bad use of an adverb there. Significantly enhanced or a verb. I'm not sure exactly. Feels like maybe AI said this or translated it from something. Enhancements in reasoning capabilities. Surpassing previous QWQ and Qwen 2.5 instruction models. All right. Superior human preference alignment. Okay. Expert agent, support of 100 languages, causal language. Okay, let's uh, let's go see how it works. So let's make sure that we've got it chosen, and we're going to try with Roo first. Oh, I guess first we need to set up the branch to go with it. So I wrote down the commands that I think many use to get this done. I also checked to make sure that I had Qwen3 installed, so I had that from the Olama ls command. All right, so first let's start, I guess, what are we on right now? Get status. We are on the Gemma 3 branch. Okay, so let's check out main. Okay, we'll do get pull. Nothing should have changed since I'm the only one in here doing stuff. Then we will check out a new branch for our Qwen3 testing. So blog post style / Qwen3 underscore first test. That sounds right. Do that. Okay, so we switched to there. And then we need to grab that PrettifyPrompt file from the other branch. So I tried writing down the command for that. So I'm going to copy paste it so I don't have to. And I'll put these in the description as well so that you don't have to go watch or see what I put in there. Right click, paste, enter. Did we get it? Yep, PrettifyPrompt is there now. Okay, so our blog post folder is good. I know we ran into some problems with Roo last time where, or not Roo, I think it was Continue, where the code base had some like ghost files in there. So I'm going to quit everything for Visual Studio Code and then restart it all. Hopefully that'll clear out any kind of ghost artifacts we may have from this point. So let me close all that down. I also have the system plugged in right now, so it's going to run in fast mode. And I kept the Mac fans control panel up so I could see how fast the things are spinning, what the CPU degrees are right now. So right now everything's at 40 degrees, which sounds pretty low. So let's go back. Let's see, what do we want to do? So we got everything ready there. We want to launch Scratch again. Oh, we've updated. Okay. Maybe we should wait a little bit and see if any of these other things want to update at the same time. Wonder if extension shows that it's thinking about it. Installed. We'll just do a refresh. Nope, everything seems good. That's good. All right, so we ran our git commands. We said we're going to choose Qwen3. We've got our Roo prompt here, view word wrap, and our continue prompt here, view word wrap. we're going to start with Roo. I was thinking I shouldn't do it this time, but I think next time I'm going to try it with like a smaller context. Like maybe I could take the website that I'm working on and reduce the amount of stuff in it. Like if I got rid of everything except for two of the HTMLs, and I got rid of all the images that could come up, and I got rid of the reference file, then asked Roo things. I think that it might have a better time of understanding what I asked because it had a smaller context to work with. But that's not the scientific experiment that we started with everything else, so that's not the one that we're going to run today. Just thoughts about how we could do it better next time. So we are going to start here. We're going to check to make sure that Roo is starting a new context with Qwen3. Save. Done. We're going to click plus. Okay, we're already at the plus. Good. Okay, so we're going to copy paste from our Roo prompt. I have a set of HTML files at the base of blog posts, and I want to make a new style.css file according to the notes in PrettifyPrompt.md. Oh, maybe I'm giving it too high of a folder whenever I ask it to do things. Let's just try typing it in from scratch and see how it does. Let's just do a wee bit of dictation here. Maybe I've been asking the wrong things of it. I have a set of, well, let's do it faster. I'm gonna take it, Command A, Command C, I'm gonna paste it. Then I'm gonna go back to where it has those references. Oh, actually, let me do this. Command P, Prettify prompts, and the other one is the whole blog post folder. So that'll be the root folder now. Okay, so here we'll put add file, Prettify prompts, and up here we'll just add this again and see if we can get it done right. Add folder. Oh, I can't put a base folder there. Well, that's okay. At the root, have a set root of this workspace. Okay, so this isn't exactly the same as what I've been asking so far, I guess, but maybe it'll be interesting to see if we get better results out of Roo with it, at least. All right, let's run that with our Qwen3. So I guess Qwen3 has a 128K context. If we look at our API request, maybe we can see what all is getting fed into that context there. That's a lot. I have a set of HTML files, file content, file prompts, current costs, working directory, initial check-in. Okay. Maybe it's still thinking. Okay, let's see. The user is in the code mode, and the current workspace directory is blog posts. The visible files include Prettify prompt and several HTML files. Oh, it's thinking very quickly. I'll just wait for a second. Let's see what it has to say at the end here. Then we can circle back. Wait, the user's message was just the environment details, no actual task. So perhaps they want me to infer a task. Why does every model so far? So maybe they're expecting, for example, okay, alternatively, maybe they want to optimize the HTML, but without explicit instructions. It's risky too. So, okay, Roo has a question. Roo tried to use a follow-up question without value or required parameter question, retrying. Okay. So it's trying. So it didn't just assume this time that I wanted a new HTML file. It thought about it for a bit thought that I wanted to optimize the HTML, said it was risky to assume, said it was going to ask me a question. And then okay, let's see what it does now. Okay, let's see. The user has a file named PrettifyPrompt. Cancel. First, I should check the content to understand what needs to be done. Okay. Maybe it'll figure it out. If the content is already provided in their message, I should use read file again. Alternatively, the file is already correctly formatted. Maybe the user wants to apply some specific styling or convert it to another format, but without more info, it's hard to tell. Oh, maybe Roo just hasn't been able to read the real files. That'd be strange. I don't know. Roo's very interesting. I wonder why it works so well with the commercial models and then doesn't work very well with the open ones. Perhaps it's by design. Who knows? Let's see if it tells me how much. Oh, no, it's still thinking. Retried to attempt completion. I wonder if it's waiting for me to cancel. First, I should check. Oh, okay. I can determine the best way to prettify it. For markdown, that might be involved. Ensure proper. Oh, wait. Oh, so it wants to try to prettify the prompt file. Let's cancel this. It's not doing very well. That's okay. Roo has historically had, or well, I guess none of the models with the prompts that I've delivered in this project have worked well with Roo, if I could put that accurately. I guess we'll just switch to continue and move on. So Qwen and Roo at 32B is not for me. Let's see, new session. Okay. I wonder if I should ask it what it sees in the code base. Oh, okay. So let's go update the model, add chat model config file. All right, so we'll just update this one for 3. All right, and the name of it was Qwen3 32B. All right, so we updated that. We'll save it. Then we'll go back to the plus and we'll say Qwen3 32B. And we will copy the question from the other place. And I think that the continue prompt's been working pretty well for what we want. So let's see. I'll say this. Oh, I guess I need to put the code base and the prettify prompt back in there. So, okay, so I'll put code. Oh, no. I have a bug. What happened? I have a set of HTML file. Okay. I guess it kept. If I use the up button, it seemed like it gave me a history of previous things that I had asked it. I wasn't expecting that, but it's good to know. In prettify prompts, at files, prettify prompts. Can you please show me a style.css file that would meet these requirements? Okay, that's the standard question we've been asking all of the LLMs so far. So the context items, it only got the prettify prompt this time. I think whenever I asked it the weird time with Gemma, it said it had 4 context items. All right, let's tackle this problem. The user wants a style.css file for their blog post folder that meets the 3 requirements mentioned in the prettify prompt. Seems like it's off to a good start so far. Central CSS needs to apply to all HTML files in the blog post folder 1 level deep. That means the structure is probably something like this. All right, it's faster than me at writing, so good. If I scroll up. Okay, let's see, we can read it. Second, there's a dark and light theme toggle. The user wants a button that switches between white and black. Oh, is all that in the prettify prompt already? Okay, yeah. I guess that's what I said. Yeah, it's all been there in the Prettify prompt the whole time, I guess. That's nice. Let's see, once a button that switches, need to create a toggle button in the HTML. Users asking for the CSS. I'll focus on styles for both themes. Using CSS variables could help here. Third, the design should be responsive, readable on phone and computer. Yep, putting it all together. Start with a reset for margins and padding, and set up a container for the content. Style with a background color and hover effect. For light and dark themes, define two classes. The default can be light, and when the dark is applied, the background, okay. Use media queries to adjust font sizes. Make sure it's a single file CSS and that it's structured to include all HTML files in the blog post. User might need to add a link tag in each HTML file, but that's beyond the current scope. The answer should just be to provide the CSS. All right, yeah. There's that. There's the theme button. On click. Oh, it's got the, oh, okay. Yeah, let's try, well, we'll apply these things and see how they work, and then we'll go back and see what else we need to do. So apply CSS. Let's see what happens if I click apply right now. Oh, I remember last time let me close this config at least. I'm okay if it starts overwriting that. Apply. Oh, nope, it's going to apply it to this. No, cancel, Control Z, Command Z. Okay, whew. All right, let's just go make one. So we'll make a style.css here. Maybe if I apply it there, it'll apply correctly. Don't apply there, apply here. Can I tell you to apply somewhere else? Reapply, I'll just copy it. All right. The CSS provides centralized style, dark light theme, responsive design. To use the theme toggle, you'll need to add a button element in your HTML files. Okay. Let's go do this on the index page. Let me open up the index page. Okay. Well, let me ask it first if I also, do I also need a JS file that will toggle? Well, no, because it included the on-click there. Okay. Also, okay, let me do this. I have this at index.html file. How would I apply the new CSS file to it? Just the one context item, please. Clear visual hierarchy between sections. I hope that that part's true. I feel like whenever I used Gemma and 5.4, it skipped a lot of the details about what I put in that Prettify prompt that Deepcoder was able to see and at least try to do something with. So it'll be interesting to see if Qwen also tries to do something with it. Okay, the user has an index file and wants to apply the new CSS. Looking at the head section, there's a link to pure CSS. Best way to include a link to style, but where's the CSS file located? The previous answer mentioned source blog post style. The index is at the base. Add the CSS. Ah, okay, so it wants me to do both these things. Sure. If it's all built into a single command, that doesn't sound so bad. So we're going to put that here between those. This isn't the right place for that. That should be in the style.css. So let me just change that real quick. Okay, so let's see how that looks now. Let's see. So I need to go back to the page. Oh, all right. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and do this now. All right, but ooh, I like that font. I like, looks very nice. Toggle theme. Oh, toggle theme doesn't seem to do anything. Okay. Uh, I applied the changes pointed at the right location for style.css. When I click the button, the style on the page does not change. Maybe it's because this looks different than it should. On click style.css body button class. On click equals the on click method looks suspicious. What is this document dot body dot class list dot toggle method? All right, we'll let it think about that for a second. Let's see, what's it thinking about now? Okay, the user is having trouble with the theme toggle button not working. They mentioned the on-click method looks suspicious. Let me think about that way. First, the user added the style and linked it correctly. The CSS has classes for light and dark theme. The button's on-click is supposed to toggle the dark theme. Maybe the initial theme isn't set up correctly. If the body doesn't have the dark theme class by default, then toggling it might not apply. Wait, the CSS has body.light theme and body.dark theme, but the body doesn't have any class. Okay, so it's definitely giving itself some things to think about. Let me explain that. The toggle method adds the class if it's not present, removes it if it is. Oh, okay. Maybe I just didn't know that about the class list set on the body. That's interesting. So it's saying that there should have been a dark theme up here, body.dark theme, and it applied it and then it removed it. Another possibility, the theme toggle is working, but the CSS isn't applying the changes. Let's try, did we already do a clear cache and refresh of the page? Let's try that real quick just to see if it, oh yeah, because I hit the thing. And it shouldn't matter what's in the local storage for it right now, but maybe I should go ahead and clear the local storage as well. Nah, it shouldn't. Well, can I delete it? Delete? There we go. Maybe that'll help. Oh, whoops. Control F12, function F12, not control. Do this again. Toggle theme. Nope, nothing on toggle theme. Wonder if anything comes out in the console whenever I do it. File not found. Okay, nothing comes out in the console. Ah, that's the problem. The default body styles are outside of any class. Then the light theme is defined as body.lightTheme. So when the body doesn't have any class, it uses default styles. When you add dark theme, it applies the dark theme. If the user wants to start with the light theme, they need to have light theme class on the body initially. So the base body has padding, margin, etc. Light and dark themes, only sets of variables. The container's background is using var background color. So when the body has dark theme class, container's background should be 121212. Ah, that's the issue. CSS variables are only defined in light and dark theme classes. So when the page loads without any theme class, the variables don't exist. Then the dark theme would have override those variables. Jeez. This is a lot of thinking. I wonder if it tells me how long it's been thinking. Nope. Let's break this down to understand what's happening and fix the issue. The JavaScript method toggles a class on the body element, in your case, dark theme. Doesn't have dark theme class, removes it, already has it. Is used to switch why your theme toggle might not work. There are two common issues: missing the default theme class. Your CSS defines this. Problem: if the body doesn't start with a theme class like light theme, the browser uses the base body styles instead of theme specific styles. Add the default light theme. This ensures that it applies by default. Your CSS only defines variables like BG color inside the light theme and dark theme classes, and if the body doesn't have one of these classes, the variables don't exist, and your styling using that won't work. Now, even without a theme class, the variables exist and your styles work. Here's the corrected version of your CSS with the variables added. Nice. Thanks. Theme button. Cool. I did a lot of thinking there. Updated index.html. Debugging tips. Check the browser console. Verify CSS is loading by checking the network tab in the dev tools. Inspect the body element in the dev tools to see if the dark theme class is being toggled. Okay, nice. So it gave me some troubleshooting steps. It gave me some code to apply. So we're in the style.css. Do I want to try clicking apply again? Wait, what's this? Okay, so we'll do this. We'll click apply. Oh, I clicked it. Let's see what happens. Okay. You keep on applying there, buddy. You can do it. Nice. Okay. Accept. Edit. Accept. Whew. Interesting. Okay. So that's saved. Oh, why does it say red? It's down here in red now. Can I just delete it? Hey. Good. Okay. Everybody's happy. Can I format? Let me format. Format document. Cool. Save. All right. So we did that part. Updated index.html body class light theme. Body class light theme. We don't have to click apply for that. Okay, so we've done the things to update it. Let's go back. We've got that open. We'll right click and refresh. Okay, toggle theme. No. Okay, so it said to troubleshoot. Let's see. So network tab. You did load the style page. The other thing it said was to inspect the body class has light theme in it right now. If I click toggle light theme, and dark theme. Okay, so maybe I need to tell it that. Okay. Now when I click on the toggle button, okay, let's see. Okay. It still does not work when I first get to the page, the body class attribute is light theme. When I click the button, the attribute changes to light theme. Dark theme. And when I click it again, it goes back to light theme. I think it needs to replace, instead of add, the dark theme. I think it needs to replace the two theme attributes instead of adding them. Would it help to break the on-click events for the button into its own JS file so we can tackle the one-click behavior more as its own concern? All right, so we'll give it time to think about that. Maybe because I don't like the way it's, I mean, I like that it's all a single method that the on-click calls, but I feel like it's not enough to cover the, I guess, the behavior that we want for it, which is surprising. This seems like a really common thing to want to do, you know, switch the theme around and go page to page and make sure that the theme sticks to the same thing. I don't, it's, well, let's see what it's thinking here about it. Okay. Users having trouble with the theme toggle. And maybe I should start a new context too. I'm not sure if it tells me where the context for this whole conversation is. Maybe it handles it differently. Maybe it drops itself or something. First, the original code uses classless, toggle dark theme. Should add the class if it's not present and remove it if it is. But if the user is seeing both classes, remove the initial class, and when they toggle, it's not removing. Toggle only affects the class you specify. So if the toggle body has the light theme and you toggle dark theme, should add dark theme without touching light theme. Yep. Maybe the CSS isn't structured correctly. Wait, looking back at the CSS, the user's body.dark theme defines BG color and text color. Maybe it's overthinking it. I know I've got a lot of problems with overthinking things, and it can become a real problem. And let's go take a look at the Mac fans. I feel like it's kicking up a lot. Oh yeah, the GPUs are almost to 100 now. Oh, the CPUs are too. Yeah, we are burning it up here at the 32-bay thinking. I don't know why it's got a max of 57.7, but it only gets to 3700. Like, I feel like 90 is way too high. Maybe I should switch it back over to power mode. Everything will get slower, but it'll also not burn up the battery. Or not the battery, but burn up the processor. All right, we'll put it back in low power mode. You're taking up too much stuff. Oh, look, you're almost done. Debugging checklist. Okay, so we can debug. And I guess now it's going to start typing a lot slower. But if we look at that, we are dropping back to 70s. That's where I want to be. And the fan's not dropping too quick. I think it's going to steady itself out whenever it gets back down to 60. And then the fans will get back closer to the 1300 or so. And yeah, you can definitely tell that it's typing slower now. Why this works. All right, let's see what it said. Additionally, the user might need to ensure that JavaScript is properly linked in their HTML. Yeah, we did that part. Another thing is the onClick theme toggle.js. So the plan is to create a theme toggle.js file with updated logic that switches between the two classes and then link it in the HTML. Also ensure that the CSS is structured to handle only one theme class at a time. This should resolve the issue where both classes are present and causing styling conflicts. Okay. So we got ourselves a new JavaScript file to create, and it's saying now to use that source.js folder. So let's work with this for a little bit. Can I break this into a new window? Yeah, okay. So now I've got that. I can go back to my files. I can move this over like that. Nope, that's not the right thing. Minimize. This is what I want. Okay, I put that over there like that. Move this over there like that. It's very important to have the right workspace to do stuff with. Okay, so let's go up here. New file. We'll put it in the source folder like it suggests. Maybe we'll move the other one over too. src and JS. New folder, JS. Okay. And we'll also do that with the CSS. We haven't gone too far yet. All right, so let's put the style up there. Move, yes. All right, so that's there. So we'll update this before we move on. This is going to be .source /css/style. There we go. That should make that happy. All right. Then we'll create that JS file it's talking about. This is going to be theme toggle. I like how it named it theme toggle.js and not just like script.js. I think one of the other ones did something like that. Okay, so that's there now. Const theme button, add event listener, click, toggle between those two things. Sounds good. All right, let's go back. What else does it want me to do? Update this. Okay, we did this update and script source. Add this line at the bottom of the body. I don't want to do that. That makes it harder to copy paste into everything else. I'm just going to put it at the top. I know what you said. I just don't want to care. All right, so now we've got that. And the theme button no longer needs an on-click. Button class theme button, toggle theme button, my JS posts. Said put that at the bottom and put it at the top. Let's save. I'm okay with this. Might not be best practice. All right, so we refreshed. Toggle theme still does not work, but now the body doesn't change anyway. Why is this? Maybe it's bad because I put this source equals JS theme toggle. That doesn't sound right. I think it needs to be a different location. Yeah, let's put ./source/JS. All right, let's do this again. Clear cache, toggle theme. No. Console, 404 file not found, cannot read properties. Toggle theme, reading add event listener. Okay, maybe that's because we added an event listener. I want to click for the theme button, query selector dot theme button. Maybe we didn't have the theme button class. body class, button class, theme button, query selector button, theme button, add event listener, click. Oh, maybe it's because I know in the other one we had to put like something around this part so that the page finished loading before all this happened. So maybe we needed another event listener around this. Or let's say if we can describe the problem. Okay, so let's go see what we got here. Uncutter. Okay. Now we're starting from scratch. Okay. So we're going to say I have this index.html file. Select, enter, index. Why can't you select it? What's going on? Oh, maybe it's because I've got this window open. Let's close it. All right. Work with me, continue. Okay, so we're going to say plus. We're going to say I have this files index file, which uses at style to apply a light and dark theme when the toggle theme button is pressed. The code behind the theme button is in files theme toggle. I get an error when the page loads that says 1, 2, 3, backticks, control V, 1, 2, 3. Do you know what we need to do to resolve the error? Has the page finished loading? So the button is available. Oh, maybe that's why it wants me to move the script down. Okay, let's not ask it quite yet. Maybe I'm being dumb. All right, let's move this. Although we didn't have to do the other. It could just be the way it's constructed, I guess. We'll just do it like that for now. Because I really want to preserve the ability to just copy paste this section into the other files and make it work. Okay, so let's do this again. Right click, empty cache, toggle theme. Still no toggle theme, no console. Inspect. Toggle theme, dark theme. Oh, well now dark theme and light theme are changing on the class, but nothing's happening. Okay. Let's undo. All right, so the real thing I want to say, when I click the button, I can see the class changing, but the page does not change. All right. When I click the toggle button, I can see the class attribute on the body change from light theme to dark theme, but the page's style does not change in the browser. what could be missing to apply the style after changing the body's class attribute successfully. Man, it's well, this is what science is about, you know, like I'm not really sure why Jenna and Deepcoder were able to give us something useful, and this one wasn't. Perhaps this means maybe I should perform the science on that one script file. I remember I was saying that having the markdown in addition to, well, I guess in this case we're not even really like we haven't even applied the first part correctly yet. So Qwen3 is being a little weird about how it's telling us to go about this time. Okay, so we'll give it some time to think about it. It's running in low power mode, so that's why it's typing much slower than it did previously. Maybe I can keep up. Okay, let me try to figure out why the theme toggle isn't working. The user says that when they click the button, the body's class switches between light and dark themes, but the styles don't change. Let me look at the code. First, in the CSS file, the body has variables for background and text color. The light theme and dark theme classes set both variables, but wait, in the CSS, the section elements have border left color 33. The theme's supposed to change. Maybe that's not going to use the variables, so it might not update. Looking at the JavaScript, when the button's clicked, it toggles both dark and light theme classes. Wait, that might be a problem. If you toggle both, maybe they're being added or removed in a way that doesn't work. Maybe it should check one, but the code is written as just toggling both classes. Let me think. If the body has light theme, toggling dark theme, would it add and remove light theme? No. Toggle method here is adding dark theme and removing light theme if they're both passed. Wait, no. The code is using toggle on each class, so when you click, it toggles dark theme and then toggles light theme. Maybe that's causing an issue. For example, all right, it's going pretty quick. Let's skip down some. There's conflict. In the CSS, the body light theme sets the background color to white and text to black. And blah. So when the body's class changes, those variables should update and the container should reflect that, but the container isn't correctly scoped. Wait, the HTML has a div with a class container? Let me check the HTML. The user's HTML has a div with the class container. Looking at the HTML provided, the body has a div with class container. Wait, in the middle, in the index, the body has, it said that a lot. Okay. It's very concerned with this container class. Do I even have that? What is that? Container. Where do I have a container class? Do I have a container class in style? Oh, I do. Why? Why do I have a container class in style? Okay, so that's what it's thinking about. The HTML structure, but the CSS container is a class that's supposed to have the background color. However, the HTML content is not inside a container div. User's HTML has a div with no class. So container class isn't being applied, therefore the background color is not changing because the container isn't wrapping the content. Okay, okay. Maybe it's on to something now. I did not notice that it gave me a container thing. Okay, maybe it's gonna, maybe that means that it's getting close to an answer now. I like how much quieter and cooler the laptop is running since I pressed that button on it. Oh yeah, back down to the 40s and the 60s. That's where I like it to be. It does take a lot longer to think about things, but honestly, I'm pretty happy with how Deepcoder worked. The 14B model that we looked at earlier in the process, it applied, I guess, more interesting stylings. Plus, I think it got it right faster. So perhaps that's I don't know. I'm not sure what part. Like, it's almost like because models weren't trained on this problem specifically, maybe it's not as good. Or maybe I'm not wording it in a way that the models usually want to hear it, you know? Like, maybe I am supposed to bundle everything up, and that way I can think about it all at the same time instead of spreading it out over a bunch of different prompts and trying to coax it into putting things into the right place. Another thing, in CSS, the body's background is not set. The container's background is set to bar RGB color. So if the container is wrapping the content, then the background would change when the variables change. If the container isn't there, the body's background is default white. And then switching the dark theme, body's background isn't using the variable. Okay. So the user needs to wrap their content in a div of the container. The issue, missing container wrapper. The container class in your CSS is responsible for applying the theme colors. However, the content is not in the container. Okay. This doesn't affect the current issue, but should be fixed for clarity. All right. I wonder if I could tell it to move everything from the container up into the body and just apply it from the body only, because I don't want to apply container everywhere. Oh, but it just wants it wants a single div around everything. I wonder if I could just put it in the body class as well. Remove invalid nested CSS. Fix the nested body.light theme by moving it to its own rule. This is optional but improves clarity. Okay. Body.light theme. Section. Section has padding. What is section? Improve toggle logic. Currently the code toggles both classes. If document class list contains light theme, remove add. I do prefer that. I know toggle's supposed to take care of it. But I do like the readability of it, because yeah, those two toggles could end up in strange states and then turn them both off at the same time and turn back on at the same time. So I'm cool with that. Let's see, wrap your content in a div class container. Let's not do that. Let's apply this change for sure. All right, so that's this thing now. Then I'm going to ask it, could I move the style choices? Actually, let's try this. So it says to do a div container. I don't want to. Let's just say up here that this is also a container now. All right, let's go back. We will refresh the page again. Toggle theme. Toggle theme works. Okay, nice. So I needed container dark theme and container light theme to make it work. That's good. I am going to stop it there. I know that we've also got the persistence work to do, but I think I'm going to save that for a second video now that I've got this part working. But yeah, I appreciate everybody taking the time to watch and follow along to see how we're doing here. And we will continue this in a second session for Qwen3 to get the persistence for the theme across all the pages working. Thanks, everybody. Hope you have a good one.